Hi, welcome to Scofield Farm. Today we are not going to be in my garden. I want to show you an inspection that we did on the 4th of July with our 2 beehives. We are hobby beekeepers. If you're coming here to look for a teaching beekeeping video, this is probably not the one for you. However, you're looking for someone to share their experience in a vlog-like style of just what it looks like when we do an inspection of our beehive, then welcome. I love to have you. I love keeping bees. We are gardeners. We grow lots of food. As you can see, I have like cantaloupe right here next to me. I have flowers, the large garden. I have fruit trees, and I love having pollinators, and keeping bees was just like a match made in heaven. It was an impulsive decision of mine when we first got them, but this is our 4th year with bees, and we love it. It is relaxing, therapeutic. They are fascinating. I'm always learning. I'd love to share with you just us looking in those hives to see how they're doing. Well, this one is pretty active. Yay! Okay. We're gonna go through a little bit of this, so. I'm probably not going to lift each one of the super frames, but I kind of want to see where if they have honey in the middle. Okay. So this has got some good wax. I painted wax on these with some old wax from our spinning honey, and they're making great comb with it. They like that, so we should try to do that with all of our frames from now on if we have the wax. Just want to see if they have any honey in here, just building their comb. Do you see anything there?
No, just lots of, it's good build out.
Really nice build out though,
yeah,
huh? Oh no, I do see a tiny bit of nectar in the middle.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah,
it's
nothing
shiny.
capped, I guess, but yeah, there's a little bit of honey.
A little bit. Okay, I wonder if the middle has it, because usually they do more in the middle. What do you see there?
About the same. Really good build out, especially compared to the last time we looked.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. This is the one I put wax on, so the one underneath we did not put wax on. So I'm curious if that one has anything or not.
That'll be a good experiment.
This one has a little bit of honey on this side.
Okay. Maybe a little bit there.
So I think I'm going to put these back, and then we'll look at the next super. Okay, we did not paint extra wax on these at all. These were new frames. Oh, they did not. They did build wax, I can tell. Can you come look in here? Doesn't look like evenly built wax, but do you see how there's, can you go down? See, I'm going to actually accidentally break the wax.
Yeah.
Oh no, a couple bees died right here. I think you squashed them accidentally. Whoops. Oh, bummer. Okay, this is the problem, is that they have this wax thing between it. All right. Really slow. Well, they actually already have some honey, and I broke it.
Cool.
Yeah. It's not built evenly though, so the ones that we painted wax on was perfectly even and beautiful, and this one's wonky, and I think because we did not put a layer of wax on, so I think putting the layer of wax on is better. Can you put the hanger here? That's a mess. But I don't want to scrape it off because we worked hard on it. So in there, I think you can see that. They built it really like out vertically. No, out horizontally, like tubes. So that is part of why there was honey that broke. These are the frames we didn't paint ahead of time with extra wax. Oh my God. I don't think I can do it. Oh, okay. Whew.
Okay, lots of resources there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and they have resources on the next one too.
Okay. You gonna hang it on the hanger?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Oh. This one is heavy though. It's very heavy. My fingers are clumsy. Alright. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This one definitely has resources. It looks like it might have some craft brood as well on this one. Gosh, this is slippery. Why is it so slippery? It's like the sides are, it's almost like these sides are waxed, and so I can't get them. Does that make sense? Like it's waxy. Like to pick it up.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Remember, we could have queen up here.
Brood. Half brood.
Very good. Remember, we could have
And
queen
some
here.
random
Resources.
yeah, like pollen.
No queen.
Yeah, it's very slippery guys.
Okay, this is a
Cat brood.
busy one.
Lots of cat brood. Some resources. A little bit of mess on the bottom.
Yeah. The rest I just push them over so that we don't.
We do want to see evidence of eggs, but it could be down below.
No, I think we still want to look at them. We just don't want to hang them on the hanger. Don't want to have a risk of a queen.
All right. They have a lot of cat brood in this upper deep box. We are just going. Do you want to smoke them again or no? No? Just be careful. There's so many of them right there. Look careful you don't drop anything. Well, they built out interestingly here. Wow, there's just so many bees.
So many. Yeah, they're definitely fighting.
I don't see her, but she could be on one of these frames.
Is it tied to the bottom?
A lot of them are. That's a problem, and I think it's going to break. Yeah.
Wrong call.
Yep, I think so. They're a little more protective right here, so be careful right here, okay? Could mean that she's close. Okay. There's definitely some brood on this side. Here, make it so I can see the side too. Okay. Okay, how's the other side look? Okay. Oh, there's some couple-day-old larva there that hasn't capped off yet. So she really could be close because of that. There's less capped off, but there is larva. Tons and tons of pollen. We're in the very bottom box. I feel like we've worn out our welcome. I'm not going to go through every frame down here today. Maybe we'll go straight to that next time. Now that we've done a lot of cleanup, this is not the best looking wax formation ever, but that's the part against the wall. They just really seem like they are done with us. We didn't see the queen in the top brooder box. I think she's in here. What we're gonna do is, so we made these with Randy Oliver's recipe, stored them in a mason jar in the garage. we're gonna start closing everything up. They're definitely bearding. We're messing with them, and it's warming up with the direct sunlight now.
Can you do them again?
Yeah.
They will not load.
Okay, the top super on this hive's totally different than the other hive. The top super, I had painted wax on. They were just barely building out. Let me show you. Here, so here. I put over here already because my phone was overheated, but right here. Okay. Just barely starting to build out the wax that I painted on. So, such a different experience in this hive than the other one that had things so built out and was putting resources in it. So this is the one I did not build wax on. There's nothing. They have done nothing on this frame. The other hive, the ones we did not paint wax on, they were already doing stuff on. So this is just probably going to be a lot faster inspection. Oh, there's a little bit of honey I broke open here. So they are doing something in the middle of this. Don't like when we have stuck to the bottom. I think that's because we just haven't got in here often enough. So there's honey there, kind of wonky. Oh wow. Because we did not paint on the wax, they built some pretty wonky wax on the new frames. Gonna have to at least lift each one so they aren't connected to the bottom. That's a lot of honey. That's great. We're even starting to cap it off on top. That side's a little wonky, but definitely honey. And then we're back to nothing. So already it shows how beneficial it is to paint the wax on. Just gonna lift these so they're not connected to the bottom, but we'll see nothing on these. Nothing. I think maybe a little connected to the bottom, but there's only wax on the bottom. So maybe let's get this wax off the bottom. It's getting hot. Sun came out from those clouds and definitely sweating. The more often we can clean up the tops and bottoms, honestly better with future inspections. It won't be as long as like that one where we just had to clean up so much stuff it just took forever. I think we could clean this one off too, even though there's nothing there. Because they built from underneath, it's just a recipe for a disaster. So this is going so much faster though because it's a different experience. I'm just gonna take that off. They're not gonna be happy about that. It's in the wrong place. I'd like them to actually build on the frame. This is the top of the deeps, and there are less bees than the other colony. They look like they've been really busy at work, but it's just the sheer number of them is definitely less. The supers were just barely starting to get honey in the bottom one, just barely. We did have to clean off some wax on top of here, but even that was less than the last hive. So just trying to get this a little easier for us to lift in a second. I hate when their wax goes together because then we're gonna rip it. Ugh. Okay. Loosen that. Imagine this side will be resources. It actually feels pretty light. So it's probably not a whole lot in there. It's not. Oh my goodness. That's like empty. That side is completely empty. Just barely doing wax there. So as I said, this is a very different hive. Not bad, just not quite as vigorous, I think. The other hive was, I feel like they were really nice. They did not attack us or anything, but we were in there for a long time, but this is just not as vigorous. So there is full frame of capped over honey. This is the second frame in. A little bit touch the bottom, but you can do it. You want to even just move it over. I don't think we actually have to fully lift it, but lift it enough to move it over. So you really want to see kind of how the brood part is going. Capped over brood, larvae, eggs. Maybe see the queen, maybe just see evidence that she's there. Uh-oh. We also finally added somewhat of an entrance reducer for these guys. We didn't have any last time. We did on the other hive. So I just think they need to have a fair chance against robbers, not have so much room they have to defend. Especially since we have this honey mess and it did drip a little bit. We really tried not to drip.
The other one wasn't.
Is it brood? Oh, there is brood, yeah.
Yeah, and there's some fresh ones.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, not fresh, those are a couple days old. They're not kept for, but yeah, that's great. Okay, that's good. Okay, other side. More brood, yep. Just a little bit of resources on the edge. All right, no, don't turn it in that way. You gotta put it in the same direction, yeah. Awesome, that's a good sign. Lots of honey, and that's more of a middle frame. Oh man, all capped off honey. Well, that's good for them. They got some resources put away. That's great. Yep, that one. Drone comb. Uh-huh. Kind of wonky, but honey. Lots of resources. Another one that is near the middle. That's honey. So they must have most of their laying down and bottom. There are some capped over brood on that side. But I'm just amazed that this specific hive has so much honey in the middle of their deep. The other one, the top one, had a ton of capped over larvae. Okay, slow, but slow. If there could be a queen, just be slower. All right. What's over here? Oh, yeah. There's a lot of pollen on that one. So that is still mostly resources, even though there's some larvae and stuff there. I wouldn't say this colony is doing bad at all. It's just different. Yeah, I think it's stuck to the bottom. But like every single one on the other one was like that, so it was very slow and hard for me. Okay. Oh, all right. Definitely some brood. Don't see the queen. Oh, there's, it's so pretty. There's actually pollen in between all those places and all different colors. Some brood and pollen.
Lots of honey.
We did the hard one first. That was smart to do the hard one first.
What did you do by accident? Oh, this is so heavy.
That's, oh wow, that's such pretty. The pollen is beautiful. Wow, I just love all the colors like stained glass. That is very wonky, but that's next to the wall, so that's okay. All right, we'll move them all over. This is the bottom brood. There is a little bit of honey on the top, and honey and wax, but not as much. This is like actually a lot better scenario to me than the other kinds as well. I don't want to all those bees on that bowl of honey wax, but we'll have to deal with that later. Okay, my phone was full, so I don't know how long it's going to last, if it will even last the rest of the inspection, but this first edge frame was resources, pollen, and honey. Looks like we've got some brood right there. All right, there's definitely brood. Turn it around. I still don't see her, but yeah, okay. All right. Eggs. All right, yep, lots of pollen. Some brood. Oh, pollen. Okay, and some brood. Pollen and brood. Okay, here, brood. Do you see her? No. Okay, other side. Brood and lots of pollen again. Lots of pollen. I don't see her looking real quick. These went up an intensity level. I feel like she must be close. I don't see her. But maybe on the other side. I don't see her. She's marked pretty clearly too. I don't see her right now. Gosh, there's so much pollen in this hive. This one has a lot of pollen source. Fresh. All right, lots of cat brood and pollen. Man, this is the hive of pollen. You turn around, I don't see her, I don't see her. Do you see her? I don't see her. Interesting. Gosh, I hope we don't like drop her or something somewhere. Well, then go slow with it. Okay. Let's see her shoulder. So much pollen in this hive.
Yeah.
So much pollen. Okay, gentle, turn around. Oh, do I see her? I don't see her. Okay, so much pollen and then some cat brood. Again. Okay. You see her? Pollen and brood. Okay, gently other side. Other side, other side. No. How odd. Well, I was too nervous to check the very last frame because there's just so many bees. They're going crazy. I don't see how she couldn't be over there, how crazy they're going, so we just didn't see her, but we saw lots of evidence. So as you can see, it was really interesting to see how the two hives were actually quite different. One thing you may have noticed in our inspection is we did not actually visually see the queen in either hive. That's actually okay. I've learned that if you see evidence that she's there, like newly laid eggs, larvae, capped brood, then you have evidence that you have an active, thriving queen, and that's what we had. So I wasn't worried. I just didn't want to keep the bees open too long since we had so much dripping honey and stuff. I didn't want to invite robbing, which is when other bee colonies come and steal the honey from your hive. Don't want to do that. So I felt like it was better to close them up, and we'll take another look again very soon. We got the queens that actually in a nuke from a local bee apiary that raises queens. They specialize in Italian queens. They are called Wooten's queen bees. If you look them up, they're local to Shasta County. They have wonderful bees. They are so easy to work with, very calm, very productive. I love them. We had to get new nukes this spring because it was the first time we lost colonies. We had one abscond last fall. You can look at some videos in my past bee videos about this stuff. And then we lost the other one over the winter. I think probably to mites. I don't have solid evidence about that, but that's what I assume. So it's nice to see how these two are doing. They feel like they're doing so great. They're very different. And hopefully just watching us work with bees might be inspiring to some of you who've thought about getting bees, and maybe it'll kind of push you over the edge to learn more about bees. One resource I would love to point you to in learning about bees is David Burns has a bee channel where he actually teaches about bees. I would go check that out. I've learned so much from him. I'm part of a local bee club in Shasta County. Great to join other local beekeepers and learn from each other. And then obviously reading lots of books, watching lots of videos, attending classes, all of that is going to help you be able to care for bees better. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully it was inspirational, and I'd love to share more with you in the future. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you've thought about, getting bees maybe. You haven't been a beekeeper before, but you thought about it. I'd love to talk to you in the comments. Thanks. I'll see you in the next video.